America was supposed to rebuild. The factories, the jobs, the comeback story. But what if the so-called reindustrialization never really started? Welcome. Here's what the data really shows. Factories once roared. Today, many lines sit quiet. Promises echoed nationwide, but production lagged behind. Costs rose, investment hesitated, momentum stalled. We'll break down jobs, output, and trade. No spin. Politics made headlines, but numbers tell the truth. From the campaign trail to the Oval Office, Trump's message was clear. Bring manufacturing back home. Steel, cars, chips, energy independence. But in 2025, the numbers tell a different story. Campaign crowds cheered for a manufacturing comeback. Supply chains and ports became the battleground. On the floor, efficiency, not slogans, decides survival. Infrastructure plans aimed big, but delivery lagged. Employment gains stayed fragile and uneven. Across parties, the goal sounds the same. The playbook? Tariffs, incentives, and headline deals. Make America more attractive for production. Fast. But attractive headlines don't guarantee outcomes. So let's pause and examine the evidence. Next, the measurements driving this story. The latest Bureau of Labor data shows industrial output falling 2.4% this year. Factory orders, down. New jobs, flat. Output slipped. Charts trend down despite subsidies. The irony? The same policies meant to protect U.S. industries may be pricing them out of global competition. Purchasing indices dipped, signaling contraction ahead, and 2025 surveys show a spike in layoffs across manufacturers. Even the trade gap improvement is a mirage. Pharma and gold swung wildly as firms rushed to beat tariffs. Strip those out, and the deficit is basically as high as ever. The promised revival isn't in the numbers. Momentum broke, hopes faded into hard reality. Across towns, mills closed while promises lingered. Automation advanced, yet hiring didn't follow. Empty warehouses mirror stalled investment. Dashboards blink red, margins thin industry-wide. By dusk, optimism dims with each report. Tariffs made inputs more expensive, subsidies favored megacorps, not small factories, and global partners retaliated. Instead of reindustrializing, America's facing a cost spiral where protectionism backfires. Complex products rely on global inputs, raise input costs, raise final prices. Domestic demand cools, exports lose edge. Retaliation closes markets we need to grow. Talk to small manufacturers, higher costs, thinner margins, delayed orders. That's a squeeze, not a revival. Metal moves, but orders don't match capacity. Main streets feel the slowdown in every storefront. Robotics boost precision, headcounts stay lean. Transitions hide the pain, not the numbers. Freight flows slower, fuel and fees climb. Balance sheets stretch, every dollar must justify. On many lines, silence replaces shifts. There is investment, but it's going to high-tech sectors, not blue-collar ones. Chip fabs, EV plants, AI automation. The new American factory doesn't need thousands of workers, just a handful of engineers. Automation breaks the old link between output and jobs. More code, fewer wrenches. The gap is skills, not slogans. Capital chases AI. Land, labor, materials get bid up. Traditional plants get crowded out. And many AI inputs skirt tariffs others pay. Investment races to chips and clean rooms first. EV build-outs grow, yet fewer roles appear. Energy shifts rewire supply costs nationwide. Data centers expand, soaking capital and power. Skills, not slogans, drive the hiring list. Old and new industries now compete for resources. At night, plants idle, waiting for demand. America's economy evolved. Manufacturing left decades ago, and instead of fixing that foundation, leaders are repainting the walls. You can't rebuild Main Street with policies built for Wall Street. Finance thrives while factories adapt or fade. Experts warn. Incentives without reform misfire. Trade routes set prices. Ports display the strain. Global maps reveal dependencies we can't ignore. Robots excel, training must keep pace. Without demand, square footage becomes echo. So is reindustrialization dead, or just delayed? Let's be real, slogans don't make steel. Data does. America's next boom won't come from nostalgia. It'll come from innovation and honesty. Revival rallies excite. Empty floors, sober expectations. Join the discussion. What data should we track? Subscribe for facts-first economics and policy breakdowns. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.